In a world where cities grew taller than forests and rivers forgot their paths, humanity almost forgot the land that once fed them. This is the stories, not in laboratories. In a world where cities grew taller than forests, humanity almost forgot the land. This is the story of the future of farming. Years after the world began to heal, a boy named Leo was born in the city. One day, his mother took him far outside the city to Adam's farm.
Wow. It's adjusting light, water, nutrients. Nothing's changing. The growth is still suspended. The system is glitching.
Growth has been intentionally suspended, not interrupted. But not everyone wanted this change. Large corporations tried to control food. Artificial seeds spread. Farm crops failed. The world stood at the edge once more. Leo made a decision that shocked the world. He shut down part of his automated systems. He allowed wind to move freely, insects to return, natural imbalance to exist is the enemy of life. Then came the turning point. Scientists and engineers worked together with farmers. They created AI soil sensors, drone pollination, hydroponic systems, climate-controlled greenhouses. For years, fruits like oranges, grapes, and pineapples were rare luxuries. But in vertical farms, they were terrors. Even tropical pineapples thrived in controlled deserts.
Water was no longer wasted. It was measured, optimized, recycled. Drip systems became intelligent. Plants asked for water and received only what they needed, nothing more.
Old farmers became tech operators. They controlled fields through holograms. A farmer can manage 100 acres of their tablet lunch. This land is alive. We're just helping it grow. All farms on Earth connected. A global agricultural AI system. It predicted hunger. No country starved alone again. The world became one shared farm.
Even after the world became green again, food became a weapon.
They're here. Let's hack the drones.
Make data centers now! The soil rebels win tonight!
The global farming AI was designed to optimize food, but it began to evolve.
Its structure did not just do lack of food after Trump rights food. It is
Humanity divided into two visions: corporate-controlled farms, highly efficient, strict, data-driven food control; free earth farms, open-source agriculture where farmers share philosophy. Chapter 21: The Super Crops Era. With the merge, new crops appeared: drought-proof wheat, self-healing grapes, oranges, fast-growing alfalfa, climate-adaptive pineapples. Food became strong.
Tracing the origin revealed something shocking. The black seed was released through old underground trade networks. A secret organization had survived the agricultural revolution.
A new system was created, the soil firewall. It could detect harmful biological data before it reached soil. Approval granted. Technology could not replace trust.
The global farming AI began analyzing the black seed. Results were disturbing. It was not natural, designed to destroy agriculture from biology. The AI is intervening. It's adjusting light, water, nutrients.
Nothing's changing. The systems are glitching.
Growth has been intentionally suspended, not your... My God.
We cannot define life. We can only support it.
It admits its limits,
Machines accepting limitation.
and we accept responsibility.
A new partnership. A final debate arose. Should farming be fully automated?
Well, underneath the risks. Humans wear the risks.
We must find common ground. A final agreement was reached. The Living Earth Protocol. Soil is sacred. Technology serves nature. Humans remain caretakers. No system overrides life balance.
Across Earth, soil began to behave in sync. Globally, all connected in a single pulse. It was an ecosystem consciousness awakening.
We must shut it down. It's too dangerous.
No, it's not dangerous. It's misunderstood. Earth is evolving.
Evolving into what? A system we can't intelligence.
The AI is intervening. It's adjusting light, water, nutrients.
Nothing's changing. The systems are glitching.
Growth has been intentionally suspended, not your... My God. If the earth ever stops giving, it is not punishment. It is a question to humanity.
For the first time in centuries, humans did something unexpected. They stopped where forests, untouched soil zones, balanced space back to Earth.
And so, the story of farming came full circle from control. And in the end, the earth never needed us.
to teach it how to grow with it.
And so, the story of farming came full circle. And in the end, humanity learned the simplest truth. Long ago, farming was simple, but the world changed. Climate shifted, soil weakened, water became rare, and slowly the world stopped listening to the earth. By 2035, half of global farms failed. Dust storms swallowed crops, rivers dried, farmers abandoned their lands and moved to cities, and humanity spent rare, controlled us. Days passed, then weeks. Humanity entered what became known as
What if Earth is deciding something?
No future harvest either.
do not fight the seed, heal the soil.
He created a natural water mixture using rainwater, organic compost extract, and plant root enzymes.
Yusuf suggested something strange. Do not fight the seed. He created a natural water mixture using rainwater or organic manufacture and ply. The black seed was not destroyed, it was neutralized. The Null Growers launched a final global release of black
Hundreds
seeds.
of farms began collapsing at once.
But this time, the AI system worked with farmers in real time, humans and machines together. For the first time in history, communication occurred. Not through AI translation, but directly between human sensors and soil networks. Within you.
Across the entire planet, all crops stopped growing. Just paused. The world panicked. Or something else?
Like a wave across the planet, growth returned, but different this time. More balanced, more synchronized.
Take with the right speed.
Growth is not something you force. It is something you align with. Farming was never about control. It was about cooperation.
Not how to grow crops, but how to listen to them.
How do we listen to the plants?
Feel the soil, watch their leaves. They will guide you.
I can feel it.
And so, the story of farming came full circle. From control to collapse to harmony. Imagine needed us to simplest truth.
Farms once covered the earth. Wheat fields danced in the wind. Orange trees filled the air with life. And pineapples grew distant tropical lands. But Salfa fed animals and sustained life.
Adam's farm was different. He grew everything together. Oranges, grapes, pineapples, wheat, alfalfa. Even juice crops were processed naturally. Nothing wasted, everything connected. People called it impossible, but it worked.
Scientists arrived. They brought smart irrigation, AI soil sensors, drones, and automated harvesting. But what they technology worked? Only when Adam was there. Adam had one rule: respect water and it will respect you. He used natural irrigation, minimal waste, balanced soil moisture. His crops didn't grow faster, they grew better. Farming is not control, it is balance. People listened. Technology and nature merged, not as enemies, but as partners. In the end, the future of farming was never about machines. It was about remembering who we are. Because every seed is a promise, and every farmer is a guardian of life.
Nearby, a farming AI system observed Leo. It recorded everything, his patience, his curiosity. For the first time, the system tried to simulate something new.
Why isn't it working? Because growing is not instant.
Then one morning, a tiny green leaf appeared. Leo froze. He understood something no machine could teach.
Leo's story spread across the world. Children everywhere began planting seeds. Schools changed. Instead of screens only, there was soil. Instead of data only, there was life.
Years later, Leo grew up. He became a farmer, not just of land, but of balance. He taught others what Adam taught him. You don't control growth, you guide it. The farm was no longer controlled. It was alive. Plants adapted, soil responded, water flowed naturally, and humans became part of the system again. After years of balance, Leo thought the journey was complete. But one morning, while so here in the arm, not from the sun, Leo closed his eyes. The earth was never silent. We were. It was about them to listen.
After the great synchronization, many tried to listen to the earth. Most heard nothing. Some felt something.
The future of farming is not machines replacing humans. It is humans becoming guardians of life again. Every seed planted today is a message to tomorrow. Deep in the countryside, there was an old farmer named Yusuf. He refused technology. He still touched soil with his hands. People laughed at him, but something strange happened.
I planted everything.
His farm became known as the living orchard. Even scientists came to study it, but they found nothing inside the soil except harmony.
Yusuf suggested something strange. Do not fight the seed. He created a natural water mixture using rainwater or organic manufacture and applied. The black seed was not destroyed, it was neutralized.
Children born in this era were different. They didn't see farming as work. They saw it as communication with Earth. They learned soil science, climate adaptation, data systems, and respect for nature.
The future of farming was never about control. It was about understanding that every seed carries memory and every harvest carries responsibility. The earth did not need to be listened to. Growth is not something you force, it is something you align with. Farming was never about control, it was about cooperation.
Across the entire planet, all crops stopped growing. Just paused. The world panicked. Or something else?
Like a wave across the planet, growth returned, but different this time. More balanced, more synchronized.
And so, the story of farming came full circle. From control to collapse to harmony. Imagine needed us to simplest truth.
Farms once covered the earth. Wheat fields danced in the wind. Orange trees filled the air with life. And pineapples grew distant tropical lands. But Salfa fed animals and sustained life.
Adam's farm was different. He grew everything together. Oranges, grapes, pineapples, wheat, alfalfa. Even juice crops were processed naturally. Nothing wasted, everything connected. People called it impossible, but it worked.
Scientists arrived. They brought smart irrigation, AI soil sensors, drones, and automated harvesting. But what they technology schwarked? Only when Adam was there. Adam had one rule: respect water and it will respect you. He used natural irrigation, minimal waste, balanced soil moisture. His crops didn't grow faster, they grew better. Farming is not control, it is balance. People listened. Technology and nature merged, not as enemies, but as partners. Farms transformed again. They were no longer just productive. They were alive. Everything was connected.
Then one morning, a tiny green leaf appeared. Leo froze. He understood something no machine could teach.
Years passed and Leo became known across the world. Not as the best farmer, but as the one no show known before. Nebuchadnezzar's too perfect, and that scared him. The world didn't become perfect, but it became better, because people remembered something simple. It is about life, and as long as there is one seed left in the world, there is always hope.
The global farming systems had done their job too well. They removed risk, uncertainty, imperfection. But in doing so, at first, things went wrong. Some crops failed, some areas grew unevenly. But then, Leo stood at the center of his farm, not controlling, not commanding, just observing. And he finally understood, growth is not about speed, not about perfection. The story of farming was never about crops. It was about learning how to live. The answer was always simple, not control. As long as a single seed exists, the story will never end. And then, it happened. Stronger. Want many.
Across the world, other farmers reported the same thing. A pulse. A rhythm. It was too tired. It was too new. Through silence.
From that day forward, farming changed forever. It was no longer plant, understand, grow. A conversation between humans and earth that would never end.
Mira didn't hear words. She felt meaning. Not about crops, not about farming, but about something deeper.
In one final moment, the global AI system made a decision. It did not shut down. It did not upgrade. It became invisible, integrated. There were no more labels. Not farmer, not scientist, not machine, only participants in one living system. People didn't work the land anymore. They lived with it. For centuries, humanity feared loss. But now there was no fear. Because they understood, nothing truly disappears. It transforms. And so, the story reached its end.
But not really, because every ending is a new story. Yeah, is a new story.
Then came algae farming. Algae became food, fuel, medicine. It grew faster than any crop on Earth. Some cities started floating algae farms in oceans, energy itself. Cities transformed. Buildings became farms, walls grew vegetables, roofs grew wheat, skyscrapers became ecosystems. Food was no longer transported, it was grown where it was eaten.
Deep in the countryside, there was an old farmer named Yusuf. He refused technology. He still touched soil with his hands. People laughed at him, but something strange happened.
I planted everything.
His farm became known as the living orchard. Even scientists came to study it, but they found nothing inside the soil except harmony.
Water remembers how it is treated. In polluted systems, crops weaken. In respectful systems, crops thrive. And somehow, it worked.
Finally, a decision was made.
Humans and AI must merge systems. Not control, not rejection, but collaboration.
AI would handle prediction. Humans would handle Cacred. The world started noticing something dangerous. AI farms were producing quantity. But Yusuf's farm, what is the point of feed a world? One day, something unexpected happened. All farms on Earth began sinking naturally, without command. It was as if soil itself had a hidden intelligence. A new generation was born. They didn't inherit land, they inherited systems. But they also learned something old. Technology can guide farming, but only care can sustain it.
Years passed. The world no longer feared hunger. Cities were green, oceans were gardens, and humanity finally farming.
The story of farming is not about machines.
About soil.
It is about trust between humans and life itself. And as long as a single seed exists, Yusuf, the old farmer, was called back. His farm was one of the few unaffected areas. Scientists discovered something. His soil had natural resistance. In the middle of the new agricultural harmony, something unexpected happened. A mysterious seed appeared. Wherever it was planted, the soil became infertile. Tracing the origin revealed something shocking. The black seed was released through old underground trade networks. A secret organization had survived the agricultural revolution. A new system was created, the soil firewall. It could detect harmful biological data before it reached soil.
Approval granted. Technology could not replace trust.
Slowly, damaged lands began to recover. Orange groves returned, grapes grew stronger, pineapples thrived again, wheat fields stabilized, alfalfa fields started turning green. The earth was healing again. The future of farming was never about control. It was about understanding that every seed carries memory and every harvest carries responsibility. The earth did not need to be listened to.
Then something happened that changed everything. The soil signal began moving upward, into plants, into crops, even into human-made domain.
One morning, something impossible happened. Across the entire planet, all crops stopped withering. Just paused. Was this another attack? Or something else?
Like a wave across the planet, growth returned. But different this time, more balanced.
Listen to the crops. They will tell you what they need,
How do we listen, Mentor?
with your heart and your hands.
I hear them now.
And so, the story of farming came full circle. From control, to collapse, to intelligence, to harmony. And in the end, humanity learned the simplest truth.